Alright, what's up, guys? I'm Cody,
I'm Tina.
and we saw the play Almost Maine. I really enjoyed this play. It was like a romantic comedy kind of thing, a bunch of different little parts and skits, and all had some good meaning, some negative, some positive, but overall it was like about love, and it has its ups and downs, so I really enjoyed it. Did you enjoy it?
I didn't particularly enjoy it because for me personally, I don't like romantic movies or anything to do with like romance. I'm a little but I did appreciate the comedy part and the passion that the actors like had.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, it still kept me intrigued even though like all like the lovey-dovey kind of things or romance. I was just like, but still.
Yeah,
the acting was good.
The acting was really good, especially in the third play or second one where it involved the ironing board and the girl hit him.
Oh,
that was commitment.
I was like really
that was close call. I was surprised.
She literally almost that was good. That was like really
one
good.
of my favorite ones was the one where it was the husband and the wife. They're on their little date night and they're at the skiing rink, and he talked about how he was always working and not putting as much time, and she lied about having the fun time. And that one just stood out to me. It was one of the negative ones because they ended up like splitting up, but it had like the strongest meaning to me because I understand where he's coming from. Like, I work all the time, so I like feel what it's like to lose sight of what's truly important in like a relationship. So that one kind of struck out as like a sign, like kind of almost like a wake up call. So I found that one really powerful and meaningful to me.
If I had to say one that I like kind of liked or like related to most was the one with the two girls because
I kept falling.
Yeah, well, because the one girl, they were talking about their relationships and stuff, and then how like nothing made sense, but the only thing that made sense in her life was her best friend kind of thing. But because I've been in situations like that too, because I identify as gay, so like like you're going through this thing and you're like, well, nothing makes sense, but you do. But it did not work out the way the two of them did. Like, that was a little unrealistic, but it was funny the way like
I thought it was funny. It had a great message. The only thing I didn't like was the acting part when they just kept falling and falling and falling. It's funny for the first few parts, but it kept over and over. And then even the actresses were starting to bust up laughing and losing the focus of the message. So that was one thing that threw it off for me.
I think it kind of lost it.
But I did enjoy that one as well.
Yeah.
So, and then also, what do you think of like the stage design?
It was nice. Yeah.
I love how like in the one where the girl was saying goodbye to her husband Wes, and they had the lighting, and it was just flowed really well. It felt realistic.
The background with the lights, like the I forgot what they were called, with the lights, like because you could kind of see it, and like that with I think it was the second scene with the girl who like had her husband's heart or her own heart that her husband and that whatever. Mm-hmm. How like with the lights and stuff, how it like made like it like overpowered thing and kind of like intensified the things because like when the lights kind of like came and stuff, then they're like all like became like over like power with like this love kind of thing. But like
then the acting I thought it was pretty well for a lot of them. There was the scenes where you could tell they fake fell and everything, but overall I thought it was pretty good. They connected like the audience. Like I felt like I was kind of like looking through a window and like being there. And like I can understand where they're coming from
with the different like rooms in the houses. Like, it was cool. It was nice.
But do you understand like why did they have it like at a certain moment they would pause and like they'd be looking off at the stars just the way the whole play started, and they set up in the background other people are setting up for the next part.
Because overall, like, how all the different things, they were all different in their own little aspects, but they all, like, related together, kind of, because they're all about this power of love kind of thing. And how they're all in the same exact town, and they all, no matter what they were going through or what they were kind of seeing or whatever, like, they would just look up, and they all saw the same stars, so it's like they all were, like, together.
In the same town, like, in the same area.
Yeah.
What did you find that was powerful, or most powerful of all the plays that we've seen?
Oh, a powerful thing?
Yeah.
Well, I would have to say, like, with the power of, like, love kind of thing, which is obviously I think is, like, the whole kind of message of the thing, how, like, love can be so powerful. I think one kind of was an obvious one with the two females, because when one fell in love, she just became so compelled with, like, this love, she just fell to her knees kind of thing, and then that, like, kind of shows, like, how powerful it can be kind of thing. But
okay.
What about you?
For me, like, a powerful love moment and how love shows its powerfulness is, like, the part where the guy, how he had that one girl, but she was getting married, so they're at the bar or whatever. But then how he had villain, but it's spelled Villian, and then how a girl named Villian found him. Like I felt like that was like a sign,
like a
it was,
meant to be kind of thing.
Yeah, like he lost something and he was at like that down moment, but it ended up working out for the best. And now he has a Villian. So I thought that was just unique. Like that's how love does work. Like you're gonna go through these hardships and you'll lose like some of the most important people, but it's for a reason and you're destined for another person, kind of thing.
Yeah. Okay. But I think a part too within the play that was showed like a powerless side was the I guess scene 7 with the story of hope. It was the girl who like came back after all these years to find the man she like was in love with, right?
Yeah.
And like she comes back to find that he has moved on and has a family or like a wife already, and later he's like what did he do? He like
how he
kind of closed the door on her and just told her like whatever. And right when she she was just like said like yes, like finally she's gonna marry, but it was already too late. So that was like a sense of where she just had like no power and like there was no love. But yet at the end, like I remember she like ran off in the opposite direction, like she was gonna go on to her new path kind of thing.
After
so
she said
in
yes.
like this like sense of like powerlessness, she found power like in her weakest like state. She was like, you know what, no, like I can do this. Like she could go do whatever.
I
like,
thought that was one of the most important parts of the play.
Yeah.
Well, that's about it for right now. So I highly recommend the play. I enjoy it. Almost Maine. All right. Thank you.